All right, let's dive into Chapter 101 of Bibliomancers. This chapter is a wild ride. It throws our hero Jacques into this bizarre puzzle box, and then bam, ends with a cliffhanger that'll leave your jaw on the floor. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So, here's the big question for Jake. How in the world do you escape a city that's basically run by a single arcade game? I mean, he steps through a portal and bam, he's in this totally deserted Adobe city. The only thing that seems to matter, the only way to get food and water is this one mysterious video game sitting right in the middle of the main plaza. Okay, so Jock, being Jock, spends a whole day searching the city, going grid by grid, looking for clues, and he finds absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, his new little cat-like buddy, Nixie, has been just chilling by the game the entire time. It's so obvious Nixie knew this was the key all along. So Jock finally realizes, okay, I've just wasted a ton of time, and he knows he needs a new plan, like right now.
And that new strategy is beat the game. Simple, right? Well, the only problem is it's been over a decade since he last played this thing, and that was the easier NES version. Plus, night is falling, the desert's getting freezing cold, the pressure is definitely on.
So he gives himself a limit, 20 quarters. That's it. That's all he's got to win. As the sun goes down and the shadows get long, he starts his battle against this machine. And it's not just a game, right? It's a test of his memory, his skill, everything.
And you can totally see his old muscle memory just kicking right back in. Look at this. First try, World 6. Second, he gets to World 7. Okay, he has one bad run, but then he makes it all the way to World 8. And then, on his 5th try, he gets to the final boss. And just lets himself die. He's not even trying to win yet. He's just warming up, getting the feel for it again. Smart. But then comes the 6th attempt. On just his 6th quarter, he decides, okay, this is it. And he goes for it. And you know what? He absolutely nails it. He conquers the game. But the reward isn't exactly what he was hoping for. So he beats the game, and the first thing he does is look around the plaza, expecting to see this big, glowing escape portal. But there's nothing. Not a thing. Instead, something, or, well, someone else catches his eye. Just as he's looking around, totally confused, he spots a man in a pith helmet walking down a side street. And he's immediately convinced that's his grandfather. Without even thinking, Jack just takes off, sprinting after him. He yells Granddad, but the guy doesn't even turn around, so he shouts his grandfather's full name, Colonel Henry Holland, and that gets a reaction. The figure actually pauses for a second, and then just flickers and vanishes. The game resets. It's this incredible, tantalizing clue that's gone just as fast as it appeared. So after a pretty miserable, cold night, Jock spends the next day basically experimenting. He starts to realize that the timing of his victory is everything, and winning the game in different ways, well, that leads him to a really, really tricky choice. Yeah, Jock finds himself in a classic catch-22. It's a real dilemma. If he uses the warp zones to get a fast win, he's quick enough to see his grandfather again and confirm, yep, that's really him. The problem? The escape portal appears back in the plaza and he misses it. But if he plays through every single level, no warps, the slow win, he has plenty of time to get to the portal. But by then, his grandfather is long gone. It's just an impossible choice, right? What do you do? And that's when Jacques realizes he can't do this alone. He can't be in two places at once. He needs a second player, someone who's a pro gamer who can beat the game while he goes and intercepts his grandfather. So the only logical move is to escape and come back with help. He steals himself, plays the game on hard mode this time, and after burning through 15 quarters, the portal finally opens. Jack scoops up Nixie, they both jump through the portal, and they're back in the familiar stone hallways of Tregaron. He's home, but now he's got a brand new mission. And get this, in Tower Time, he's been gone for 5 whole days. So his first priority isn't even the grandfather mission. It's making sure his friends, Harry, Draco, and Groucho, are all back safe and sound. So he finds them, and he just lays it all out. He tells them everything about the weird Adobe city, about seeing his grandfather, and this is the key part, the fact that his grandfather seemed to react when he called his name. He tells them he needs to go back, but with an expert gamer. And then he learned something super interesting from them. His portal showed up at the exact same time their own portal did. Coincidence? But, right in the middle of this super intense debrief, we get a moment of pure classic confusion, all thanks to Groucho. He's gotten himself all worked up over some polite phrasing that Harry taught him. And this whole thing leads to a genuinely hilarious exchange that just breaks the tension for a minute. It's a nice little breather after everything they've been through. But don't get too comfortable, because this moment of peace is about to be completely shattered by a massive cliffhanger.
So Groucho's problem is this. He's worried that using the word talking as a euphemism for, well, is causing some serious confusion. So Jack, thinking on his feet, comes up with a new, much clearer term they can all agree on: foot rubs. And just like that, a brand new inside joke is born. Problem solved.
All right, so after he leaves his friends, Jock finally heads to his room and he finds Frida there, on his bed, already cuddling with his new little sidekick, Nixie. It's a sweet moment. And he finds out he's been gone for 4 nights and 5 very long days.
It's this really tender, quiet moment of reunion. You can tell they've missed each other like crazy. To kind of wash away all the stress of the tower, Jackie suggests they take a bath together before dinner. It feels like a perfect return to normal. But just as Jax is getting undressed, that peaceful, normal moment is just gone. An audible pop echoes through the bedroom. It's the sound of someone or something arriving completely uninvited. And then a new voice speaks, and it's not friendly. It's demanding, it completely misgenders Jock, and it ends with this shocking command you see right here on the screen. And that's it. That's where the chapter ends. On this massive, insane cliffhanger that just leaves us with a million questions. Who is this person? How did they just pop into Jock's room? And what in the world is this double payment they're talking about? I guess we're all gonna have to wait to find out.